it's been tremendous, and it gives a lift to all the players as well, because we've gone through some pretty tough times, and just this boost right now is just terrific for the guys that they need it.
It seems like he's really bought into your sort of culture, I suppose, in terms of just mixing in with the guys.
Totally. I think that after the first session, when the guys grabbed him, they went for lunch, they've gone for dinners, and I mean, he's just fitted in so well, and just really, really pleased.
That passion kept whacking his chest and stuff. He's a really passionate guy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm just so pleased about. It's one of his great assets, and I wish he was here for more home games because I think that's probably the only one we'll get to see. But very, very impressive.
The pressure defence, particularly early, was that where you wanted it?
Oh, that was tremendous. I mean, we're playing against one of the best and most disciplined offensive teams you'd ever see. And they just go about their business, they don't get rattled, they just keep going about it. And I thought we were just an incredible job defensively, particularly that first quarter. That was very, very impressive.
The third quarter, was there something where you guys broke down, or was it just their shooting?
Well, both. I mean, they were 4 or 5, I think, in that thing in that third quarter. They had they were all on the 1 second shot too. I mean, if you look at that, I think it was pretty good defence, but it was just outstanding shots. I mean, what do you do when Foreman fumbles the ball, turns and shoots and makes it? That's just fantastic. And the fatigue factor definitely comes in. I think we were very proactive in that first half, and I think all they do is they just kept moving the ball and they lull you to sleep. And that's what they did in that third quarter. Didn't get back in, and they just made some massive, massive shots.
Fitness-wise, any injuries aside from Jesse's brother?
He's just injured from the ice bath. He's just been in there, so that was a real tough game. That was physical, so they've all got bumps and bruises, and so right now we've just got to do our best with our recovery. We fly out tomorrow, and hopefully the bodies will be good to go for Sunday.
Yeah, what do you do recovery-wise? It's pretty big territory.
Yeah, well, everybody's doing ice baths now. We've got massage tomorrow morning. We've got a crew coming in to do that, and then we fly out at lunchtime.
Jess, what have you actually done? Just got away?
Yeah, no, it's just bumps and bruises. I think everyone at this time of the year we're getting on, and just bumps and bruises. Yeah.
How do you find the Hawks compared to last time? I think gave you guys a bit of a touch on.
Yeah, no, look, I think we'll be the first to admit we got thoroughly done at their place. So it was always going to be a tough game. I think we came out well in the first and second quarters, and obviously they're a fantastic team, so they're always going to come back and make a run, and they did in the third, but I thought we handled it well and came back out in the fourth.
Bevo was talking during the week about how you guys would remember the thrashing they gave you. Is that a bit of inspiration for you guys tonight?
Oh, I don't think it's inspiration, but it's always in the back of your head. I mean, I think since we've been here, that's probably one of the biggest losses we've had. 38 points in the first quarter, that's a lot of points to give up. So it's always in the back of your head, and they're a quality basketball side, so they can definitely put points on the board.
Bevo, the production off the bench tonight was probably the difference. How did you see that, particularly early in that last quarter where 3-point bombs from your bench guys really did blow that margin?
I was really pleased for Everard. He just doesn't have enough self-belief, and we're trying to get him going because I think he's a tremendous player, and he's got a massive upside and have a long term in the league, and we're trying to get him to do that type of role, and I think that would be great for his confidence. He nailed some really clutch threes for us, and that's exactly the role we need him to do. And obviously, Jesse couldn't care less if he's a starter or comes off the bench. He just does his job, and I thought tonight he was just outstanding, absolutely outstanding. With his 20 points, his defence, his passion, his energy, his niggle, everything like that is just terrific.
Jess, I know you guys are a big, tight unit, but does the bench in particular sort of take pride in being able to come out and put on a performance like that amongst you guys?
Yeah, look, I think we do. I think, we try to bring energy, first and foremost. The Stars have done a great job this year, but, I think with a squad like we've got, there's no egos, there's no, I have to start or anything. It's just whoever's on the court at that one time, and if you get subbed out, you're going to come back in. So it's giving all you can while you're out on the court.
Bevo, word on the defence, particularly from Damo tonight. A couple of really big plays in that last quarter, a couple of steals, big block. I mean, you look at his stats line, it's just filled with big defensive influence, isn't it?
Yeah, it does, and unfortunately, majority of people always the first thing they look at is the points. Look at him 4 points high. He hasn't had a good game. He had such a strong influence on that game. The way he defended Deleon, hurdle. He got 4 blocks. There's your point guard. He got 4 blocks. He's an intimidator defensively, and you need to have players like him in your team.
Do you feel like the Perth crowd here really sort of recognises that more than other people? I mean, just thinking about Lish's defensive drive on DeLeon towards the end of the second quarter, I mean, that was just about the biggest tune of the night when he was able to get a stop there. Do you think they really appreciate it?
I think so, yeah. I think people in Perth are appreciating how we play the game. We play hard. There's no question about that. And we play with a lot of pride, and we play for the people in Perth. And we love it. Absolutely love it. That's what it's about.
Talk us through Adelaide. Why have they been such a tough team for you guys to get past in the past?
To me, it's like their grand final. I think it's a grudge match. Marty Clark and Mark Bradford were both my assistant coaches. I've coached for some of the players as well. They know my system. I haven't changed a whole lot in many years because it works. We're always thereabouts, and we've got a belief in that. I think that a lot of it is about they want to kick my ass. They want to kick the Perth Wildcats' ass. So right now, Adelaide probably circle the date of when the Perth Wildcats are coming to town, and they go to such a great level. And they have a tremendous team. They've got a championship quality team, and they show that against us. And then they next week they lose games that they probably shouldn't lose.